Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Point Predictor, the series where I pick 5 players that I think will score 4 points or more in the upcoming FPL Gameweek. Within these predictions, I can only select one player per club, and I must follow the categories shown on screen. If you enjoy the Point Predictor series, then be sure to support the channel by dropping a like and getting subscribed to FPL TV. Before we look at my predictions for Game Week 6, let's as always look back at my choices from last Game Week and see how many I got correct. So a very pleasing 4 out of 5 correct predictions for Game Week 5, with only Lucas Moura letting me down, who came so close hitting the post against Liverpool. Agero and Hazard both delivered, with the latter racking up a mouth-watering 20 points, and Danny Ings also popped up with a goal, notably from the penalty spot. The pick of the bunch was perhaps Matt Doherty of Wolves, who once again looked very attacking and extremely dangerous for a 4.4 million defender. So let's move on now to the Point Predictor for Game Week 6 and see if I can match another 4 out of 5 correct choices. For my defensive option this week, I've chosen Andrew Robertson of Liverpool. The Reds head into this game still yet to concede a goal at home in the Premier League, and I think they have a solid chance of continuing this in Game Week 6. Their opponents Southampton have by no means had a terrible start to the season, but they've only managed 6 goals so far, and notably 3 of these have been scored by Danny Ings, who is of course unable to play in this fixture due to being on loan. Losing Ings played a big factor in my choice here, with fellow frontmen Charlie Austin, Shane Long and Gabbiadini all struggling for goal-scoring form. Robertson also boasts very promising attacking stats, with the second highest number of penalty area touches level with Marcos Alonso on 17. And although Robertson hasn't shown much goal threat yet, he can always pop up with an assist, with 2 to his name already. For the budget midfielder, under the price of 8 million, I've chosen Leicester's James Madison. There's been lots of talk this week on how Madison was very fortunate to return points in Game Week 5, and they do have a point. His goal came from a penalty which he wouldn't have taken had Vardy not have been subbed off minutes before. However, having watched the highlights myself, I feel Madison still looked excellent in that game, despite not producing returns before the penalty. Madison had 4 goal attempts and created 3 chances in Game Week 5, and now facing a struggling Huddersfield at home next, it looks to be the perfect fixture for him to shine in. For the midfielder of any price, with FPL returns in every single game week so far, this selection has to be Hazard once again. In the past, West Ham away has often been a tough trip for Chelsea, so I don't expect this to be an easy game. But West Ham's defence has been very suspect, already shipping 11 goals in 5 games. West Ham have also lost both of their home games so far, with defeats to Bournemouth and Wolves. So looking at the form of Chelsea and Eden Hazard in particular, he has every chance of continuing his fine run. Selecting Hazard this week was aided by him being rested in Chelsea's Europa League game on Thursday, with the Belgian forward not even making the squad in that game. This means he'll be fit and raring to go for Game Week 6, a dream for FPL managers. For the forward under 8 million, this was a very tough category this week, with many affordable strikers performing excellently in the opening 5 games. Mitrovic, Wilfried Zaha and Callum Wilson were all strong in my considerations, and it's very hard to separate the 3. In the end, my choice went to Mitrovic. With Callum Wilson off penalties and Wilfried Zaha potentially being deployed out wide, I've opted for the Fulham striker, who as a team have looked very attacking at home so far. In their opening 2 home games this season, they've produced a whopping 40 attempts at goal, which is equal to Liverpool and more than Tottenham, Arsenal and United within their 2 home fixtures. Mitrovic has also had a hand in 5 out of the 7 goals scored by Fulham so far, so clearly a lot of their attacking output does come from him, and if they are to score in Game Week 6, it's likely he'll be involved. For the forward of any price, at the risk of being a bit repetitive, I'm going to have to stick by Sergio Agero in this point predictor. Given that Man City's fixture is against Cardiff in Game Week 6, I again can't really look past Agüero, and I just see Man City being too much for the Bluebirds in this game. Cardiff have shipped 7 goals in the last 2 games, conceding 3 at home to Arsenal and 4 goals away to Chelsea. Notably, they've also conceded the most shots on target at home so far this season, with 17 in just 2 home games. So when considering that Man City currently boast the most shots on target of any team, the stats suggest they could bag a few goals here. And with Agero only playing 30 minutes in the Champions League, I can see him scoring and celebrating his new contract in style this game week. So that wraps up this game week's Point Predictor. As always, I really hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of the choices below. I also plan to reintroduce the Point Predictor submission form soon, so you guys can also get involved with the predictions, and then anyone who manages 5 out of 5 will earn themselves a shout out. Good luck to you all for Game Week 6, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all soon.